Well, today we're talking to Dexas Villareal here at the Proletariat. You can hear some of the Proletariat sounds in the background. Dexas, welcome, and it's good to talk to you.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
So, we're in front of your placard that has a little bit about you. Let's work from there. We're talking about lifelong island resident, musician. You recently rekindled a love for painting. You're a drummer for the band To Whom It May, which, by the way, is a very popular band, a regional and national band, right?
Somewhat.
Yeah. COVID, though, gave you a chance to explore some other options. Tell me how that happened.
Man, that's pretty self-explanatory. We had so much downtime. I just needed some outlet, and that's the only thing that I could really focus my anxieties on. It was just, I just needed something to do, some artistic outlet, and music wasn't provided, so I had to do it some other way.
So, have you? Did you have a background in art, or putting paint to palette to canvas or anything?
Yes, a little bit once before. Nothing super crazy. I took art classes in high school, and general stuff. No, I just always kind of just drew a little bit here and there, but nothing ever seriously. No.
Did you ever feel like you'd hang a show at the Proletariat?
No, but oddly, I've always wanted to, as soon as they even became a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there are some, how shall I say, underlying themes.
Yeah, the atmosphere was very inspiring for sure. Like when it first came about, I was just like, it'd be really cool to have a show in a place that I respect, especially like the cleanliness and I don't know, just something about it. And it was once part of my home, so that was also something else as well.
You've been a resident here too long.
Yep.
So, give me an idea of the germ of your art. This is to say that your art is uniquely postured would be an understatement, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I think.
Well, this one is called Big Dumb Head.
It's a self-portrait.
And tell me, let's walk through the elements. This had to come from your brain somewhere.
Yeah, it came from, like, the eyes are supposed to signify, like, anxieties, and I'm like kind of forcing a smile on my face. It was an awkward time. I did this one in 2021, mid-pandemic, and it was just an awkward time, and I think that this one kind of captures that feeling, or at least I tried to.
Where you got horns on it?
I do.
Tell me.
I don't know. I guess I just wasn't feeling very positive.
Yeah. And some of this that I know the music is both your art and your craft. What kind of an internal driving force was that to go to another medium?
It was I was a nervous wreck. Because that's why I'm saying, like, that's how I utilized my anxieties, was just trying to focus it on art, and I felt like I was definitely having some sort of identity crisis in the midst of all of it. I was just like, am I even a musician anymore? Like, I haven't touched my drums in almost a year, and it was just, I was like, I don't know what the hell to do with my life anymore.
We're wrapped up in that, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely, very much. It got in my head a lot. That's kind of where some other pieces kind of play into the...
We'll walk the room in just a moment, and I think culturally, that's a product of the American culture, I think. It's just getting...
What, anxiety?
Anxiety, of course, yeah. That's just it's a byproduct of the fact that we're so wrapped up in what we do.
Yes, absolutely.
When there's not that to do, what are the options?
It was my identity for damn near 20 years, and then for them to tell me, like, oh, well, you can't do that right now. It was shattering to me.
All right, so we're looking at this self-portrait, but we're going to move on now.
All right, cool.
Let's go over to where we started, as where we come in here. We'll go over by the door, and we'll have a little bit of natural light on that as well. Naturally, other conversations going on here at the Pro, which makes it part of the uniqueness of it as a gallery space. All righty, you tell me.
Well, this one, It's named mind games. It kind of supposed to symbolize just being inside your head a lot. And that's why there's different stories of it. You know, this character here is supposed to symbolize. I know you can't really see the art through this video, but
well, no,
I mean
Mary,
through this audio.
We'll have a picture of this one right here, and I think okay, those that are just listening to the audio podcast, I'll try to give a verbal. When you say inside your head, this is a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 concentric heads.
Yes.
Each partially stuffed inside another one.
Yes, the devil, and with his eyes again, which is very similar to the self-portrait, is supposed to symbolize anxieties.
Right.
And like this, like I said, this is supposed to be inside your head. So this one's like the guy that's been there the longest, and he's just exhausted.
Droopy eyes.
Yeah, he's been there the longest. This is the being inside your head is another level, and you're looking up to see what's coming next because you're just kind of paranoid. And these are the guys that are looking left and right.
They're looking one side to the other side.
They're trying to catch what's coming next. Another case of paranoia. Looking straight on is kind of like the acceptance of what's happening, and then I feel like this is supposed to be a symbolization of morphing into the anxiety monster that lives, I'd like to think, in all of us.
I think it does. By the way, the top one, for those who aren't seeing it, is three-eyed, and the very top head above that, I would say a little bit on the demonic side, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right, that one is called
Mind Games.
Mind Games. What an appropriate title. Alrighty, moving on then. This one is called
Larrikin, which means misbehaved young man.
Okay. Is there pardon my naivete, but what language is that?
Shit. You know what? I
Just
feel
we'll call it a well-known term.
Yeah.
But
I'm embarrassed to say that I'm not 100% positive on that one.
There's one thing slipped right past me on this. You said this is done on a drum head.
Yeah, this is a drum head. This is a kick drum head that I've used on the last album that we did.
So I'm not going to touch it.
You can.
But if I may, I'm going to touch it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a drum head. It's taking a beating.
And this is, again, merged heads.
Yes. There's always, I try to have some kind of dualist part to my art.
You do, but the absence of total symmetry, you have some duality, but
yes,
but asymmetric simultaneously. I like that approach. Facial expression slightly different.
Slightly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I like this one.
Thanks, man.
I
like to think someone else did too, because it's sold.
They bought it. That's right. It's nice to see the red dots here, by the way. Now, all righty, we'll have a picture of this as well on the. This is called
Guide.
It's
the closest word that I can get to God without being godly, I guess.
Without saying God.
Yeah, without saying God.
All right, without asking too many questions.
Yeah.
Does any of this represent a religious background and our walk away from a religious background?
Yes, kind of what a little bit of this whole show is about. I was raised Catholic.
Right.
Never really felt very accepted into that group.
Right.
And this is kind of like a being of sorts, to where he has this open arms and he's trying to be I like to think that he's very accepting.
Yeah.
He has the open arms hugging gesture. There's some little symbolic things in there to where not a lot of people really pay attention to. I hate the fact that I use a lot of devilish terms and devilish horns, because I'm not Satanist by any means, but I definitely feel like it's the counteractive of sides. There's two sides.
Yeah.
And so you'll see that there's 6 fingers, 6 eyes, 6 fingers.
Wow.
So there's 666 that's buried into it. There's 13 levels to them. And 13's always kind of been considered like an unlucky number.
Right.
So,
but as opposed, it's calling attention to that as opposed to being a tribute.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So
It's
I think sometimes people see that and they might read the symbolism the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not a trying to do away with dogma.
Yeah.
Explanation of dogma.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
That's great. That's good. Well, now, this is certainly not going to show up on any Sunday school wall. This one is called
Plight.
Plight.
Plight means an unfortunate circumstance. And this is also, again, on another drumhead that I've used for a few live shows. This one's mostly supposed to symbolize me, like the evil that I felt that's inside me, but the thrive to be a better person. That's kind of why there's praying hands, and the horns are kind of mutating into a halo of sorts. And
it's pretty heavy duty.
yeah,
I mean, and did you feel like when you did this, since you were not able to practice your art, your music art,
yeah.
did you feel like when you do this on a drum head that you have blended your performance art
Yes.
into your illustrative art or into your visual art?
Yes, absolutely. I like to think that it includes that much more of me into
Yeah.
it, and not to mention it is something that's used. Like I've probably sweat on this thing as
Yeah.
well, so
Yeah.
there's just a little bit more of me into it than I think people would really realize it. Like you said, if you didn't know that this was a drum head,
Never
that
guessed.
would have totally went over your
May I
head.
ask another?
It
Once
could
again,
be.
3 eyes, and I love the way the horns go together, or the potential horns go together to create a halo. Wow. Alrighty. Come on, and that's a red dot on that one as well, so great. Next one is called Think No Evil. All right, this one is just, you're going to have to explain me through this thing. This is just too complicated.
Well, it stems from the saying, speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil.
Right.
That's why there's no eyes. You got fungus growing out of its ears, and its mouth is covered off, so that covers all those grounds. But I titled it Think No Evil. That's why I intertwined the thoughts with the duality of, it could be your other self, your alter ego, whatever there is to it. But I just try to capture the whole being intertwined, and
No, the duality in almost all of these
Yeah.
is it's startling in a sense.
yeah. Well, like I said, I feel like I was having a midlife crisis. Not a midlife crisis, but an identity crisis.
Yeah.
So there was always, I felt very removed from myself.
Right. I have to take some pleasure in that the fungus growing out of the ears is in fact growing as a mushroom.
That was actually like a last minute
Shrooms out of the ears.
addition.
That's great. All righty, let's move around a little bit more. Would I be safe to say controversial piece?
I would like to think that it's not, but it definitely seemed like it was on showing day. We had some people stop in here and just like give me the whole "how dare you" approach on this, and it was pretty much what I was expecting, because that's kind of why I did this.
Right.
Is because this piece is called transubstantiation, which is the process of communion in itself.
Right.
And like I said, I was raised Catholic, but I was not baptized. So going to church, my parents would, anytime that communion would happen, my parents would tell me, "Oh, you can't go do that. You would stay sitting down." So that's why I wanted to involve these little communion packets here to kind of symbolize, in this house,
Right.
everyone, you can do this no matter what. Like, I accept you. You don't have to go through these steps for you to be a part of this. And this this piece as a whole is supposed to symbolize, I don't want to say a Jesus figure, but probably of sorts, because as you can see that he has the hole in his hands and he's got the crown of thorns, but it's just supposed to symbolize the exhaustion of what, or just being exhausted with seeing what the world has become in the name of religion, in some sorts. Like how some people use it as an excuse or a crutch to be judgmental or just evil. And in itself.
The sadness and the fatigue is a very strong statement. I'm sure that if the people that complained were willing to listen, they might have learned something from this.
Maybe.
And then maybe not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with maybe not. I tried, but they just didn't seem to. They didn't seem too eager to listen to anything.
What a great way to wrap up our conversation. So what's now that performance is back on the table, what's next for your visual art?
Oof, that's a tough call. We actually plan on doing an auction here on August 22nd. We're gonna have a gathering. There's gonna be like a light performance. I can't remember who's performing. He's gonna have like a hang drum, and then we're gonna have charcuterie boards and different kind of wine tastings, and then we're just gonna.
So that might be like the hand pans.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. That'd be Andrew Baker.
That's exactly who it is.
Masterful on the hand pans.
Well, he will be in here,
and it'll lend itself perfectly to this venue too.
Yeah,
the size
absolutely.
of this venue. Wow. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Any final words to our podcast listeners?
Oof. Be kind and love your neighbor.
That's as good as it gets. Thank you very, very much, Dexas Villareal.